Listen to this sample. This is Akira. He and his friends made this sample. And today he's going to share us his most effective production tips, as well as breaking down this sample for us. For other people who don't know, Akira learns super quick a new genre, and you can probably take some stuff away from him.
My biggest tip when learning a genre or just anything in general is when you're watching a tutorial on the video, have your DAW open at the same time and instantly apply those tricks you learn, because a common problem, at least I encounter, is when I binge tutorials, I say 80 to 90% of the information is gone. Like, I just don't remember it, because you're in like an inspiring mood to just watch something, but you're not in the mood to do it. So the best way to learn something is to instantly apply it. That improved my samples a ton.
What's in the project?
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So this sample is with me, Conoco, Ty, and Piet. And it started off with this starter, a basic bossa nova guitar progression. But then as soon as I sped it up, I instantly heard city pop. As for the processing, I just put a virtual mix rack, which just has compression, EQ. Next we go drums, and these drums is just a drum loop. This just has a bus compressor, a Saturn, and then reverb. Try to apply reverb in almost every instrument because in the 80s it was heavily used. Next, Piet gave me this bass. And then I just used a fat bass preset on virtual mix rack and an EQ.
Really nice run on the bass. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I know, right? He did an amazing job. So altogether, it sounds like this. You can already feel the city pop vibe to it. So Ty, once I sent him that idea with just the chords and the drums, I said, yo, is it cool if you add guitar? He said, yep, he'd love to. So he added this wah, and this is his processing on it. And then this has a reverb, EQ, and it's going into a chain that has virtual mix rack with the electric guitar 2 preset, a flangus, and then an EQ. Ty sent a distorted guitar. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. And I liked it, so I decided to keep it. That was the vocal idea, but I didn't really like my vocals besides maybe like certain sections, so that's why I cut off certain sections. So I only kept this part right here. And for the vocal processing, I usually don't add too much. Altiverb, the greatest reverb, soothe, virtual mix rack with the airy vocals 1 preset, and then EQ. I try to keep the processing super simple and try to make it all about sound selection. So right here, I just recorded in, I think these are shakers. Yeah, these are just shakers. So it's just like a bunch of little elements that I decided to do for the arrangement, because I don't like to keep the whole arrangement just 8 bars, you know, whatever the next thing is, and then 8 bars again. I want to switch it up. Next, we have this one shot of just right before the drop. And I just stacked them and then panned them left and right.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was somehow your vocal.
Either it's Rhodes or MKS, I can't remember. Oh, Rhodes, there we go. And no processing on it. This, which is just strings copying the chord progression. And this is chamber strings, or Spitfire Audio's chamber strings. This is the saxophone line that I wrote. And I used the saxophone from Project Sam Swing library. It's a very heavily used big band jazz one. Then altogether, that sounds like this. that's that first section. And then the second section is the same thing except different harmonies. Singing harmonies, what I did was I would take individual notes and sing them. So for example, I would do one vocal melody of just singing F, D sharp, whatever the top note is, right?
Mhm.
And then another section just singing the middle notes, section the bot note or the root notes, you know, etc. Just singing each note individually and then stacking the harmonies. And then I stacked Conoco's vocals as well. But that just has a reverb and EQ. So Konako, who's an amazing singer, and I'm very blessed to work with. She's from Japan, and this is her. And then let me drag in her other vocals. Actually, no, they're all there because yeah, they're all there. Her main vocal, I put virtual mix rack with the warm vocals preset. I used Valhalla and I used the so basically a reverb trick is on vintage verb. If you go to large all R-Hall preset, and then you just turn make the year 1980s, turn it down, it gives it a very wide like 1980s reverb sound. So that's the one I use. I use Soothe, clean up a little vocal harshness. All right, outro. So this outro was inspired by Revved Up, sampled by Rashad and Oscar Zulu. So what I did was I exported a bunch of random patterns through cycles, and then I just had them fade in and out depending on how I wanted to sound. This pattern is my favorite because it's the sort of like atmospheric grainy texture, and you'll hear it once I turn this on. Yeah. So yeah, it just sounds like this pretty much. And basically it just transitions into this section. I turned it on, but hopefully it'll turn on in time.
It's called Ding Ding.
Ding ding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
To that section right there. That's basically why I built this whole section, was for that. And then I just let it play reverse and then have the grainy effect go up and down. And then that's pretty much the whole sample.
And if you're curious what Cubeats and Southside collaborator Vision EXC samples sound like, check out this video.